What is up, guys? Today I have a Madden 20 video, and today's video is going to be my top 5 connected franchise teams for this year. I'm not going to be basing it off of the team overalls. Like, for example, I think the Eagles are the best rated team in Madden 20. I'm not basing it off of that. I'm basing it off of how fun I think these teams will be to use and rebuild and stuff. So with that being said, number 5 could be number 1, but I'm gonna put it at number 5 because not everybody's gonna want to deal with this. They're basically just a mess all over. They don't really have much going on for them, and that is the Bills. I think they're easily the worst team in the league, and they have the most work to do before they even think about trying to contend for the playoffs. So number 5 is going to be the Bills. They do have a young quarterback and LaShawn McCoy, but outside of that, I don't really think they have much going on for them. So number 4 is going to be the Cardinals. You have the number 1 overall pick with Kyler Murray. I think he's going to be a very fun player to play as. And then you have Larry Fitzgerald for a year or two, and then you also have David Johnson in the backfield with Kyler Murray, and he's one of the best running backs in the league. But outside of that, on the offensive end, you don't really have much going on for you. You're gonna have to have a lot of work to have that offense rebuilt and pretty good. And then on defense, you have Chandler Jones and Patrick Peterson, so you do have some cool fun players and good players on defense, but there's still work to be done on the defensive end. So number 4 is going to be the Cardinals. Now number 3 is going to be the Giants. This is Madden, so we all know we're gonna start Daniel Jones over Eli Manning. So with that being said, you have a rookie quarterback that has a lot to prove, with a lot of people thinking he's overdrafted, so he has a lot to prove right there. And then you have arguably the best running back in the NFL coming off his rookie season, Saquon Barkley. I think he's like 21 or 22 years old, so you have arguably the best, but definitely a top 5 running back in the league, and he's only 22 years old. And then you have Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate, two pretty fun players to use. They're both slot receivers, so that's going to kind of be interesting to see how you use them if you pick the Giants. And then also you have Evan Ingram, one of the more fast tight ends in the league. And then you have a decent offensive line. They've done some work with the offensive line, so they're going to probably be decent, at least decent with the offensive line. And then on the defensive end, you don't really have much. You have Jabril Peppers, Janoris Jenkins, and then a few defensive linemen. But outside of that, you have a ton of work to do, and I think this team will be pretty fun to use for franchise mode. Now coming in at number 2 is the Seahawks. Last year they were a playoff team, so if you're looking for non-playoff teams, then this is basically useless to you. But I think the Seahawks are still a good team to use for franchise mode. They're pretty good, but not like good enough to be Super Bowl contenders. They have Russell Wilson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's not old enough to worry about him retiring. So you got your quarterback set for basically the entire series. Then you have Tyler Lockett, a really good wide receiver, and he's like athletic and he has juke moves and stuff, so he's gonna be really fun to use. And then you have DJ Metcalf, a rookie receiver. He's like an athletic beast, so he's gonna be fun to use as well. He's really tall, so it'll be fun to see how he develops on your team. And then those are basically the only 2 receivers they have that I'm aware of, so you still need to do some building around the receiving core. Then they got some good young running backs and a good offensive line, so they have a solid offense right there. And then on the defense, they have Bobby Wagner and Shaquem Griffin. And they have some building to do with the safeties since they lost Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. So this team is good and probably better than any team that I just mentioned earlier, but I just wanted to bring in a playoff team just in case if somebody doesn't want to do as much work as the other teams that are going to be on this list. So coming in at number 1 on my list is going to be the Jets. You have Sam Darnold coming off his rookie season. He didn't look too impressive his rookie season, so he's got a lot to prove this year. And then he has Le'Veon Bell at running back. They just got him this offseason, and he's arguably the best running back in the league. He did take all of last year off, so he's not going to be ranked number 1 with the Madden ratings, but in real life, he's still arguably the best. And then at wide receiver, you have Robbie Anderson, who is a very good young number 2 wide receiver who could develop into a number 1 for you in this game. And You could do that, or you could draft a real #1 wide receiver or trade for one. So the offense does have some work to do, but then you also have some good young talent to work with and develop. And then on defense, you have Jamal Adams, a young safety, and then you got some work to do right there. So that just about does it for my list. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. What other teams would you guys like to use for rebuilding? Obviously, there's more than 5 teams that are going to be fun this year for rebuilding, like the Niners, for example, or the Dolphins with Josh Rosen. I just named my top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.